we are back again today to learn how to make a poster for Earth Day, an Earth Day poster. Wednesday, April 22nd is Earth Day, and it's a time where we can kind of think about how we can take care of the earth so that we have its resources for a long, long time. You may have seen the link that I left for you. It links to a YouTube storytelling video of the story, How to Help the Earth by the Lorax. And if you listen to the story, you will notice that it gives a lot of great information and ideas on how even us on a daily basis in our home can do some small little tasks that will help save energy, reduce water use, lessen our garbage. So lots of ideas in there. So I'd like you to listen to the story, and then we're going to design a poster using recycled materials. So we're going to design our own version of the earth, and we're going to create emphasis with the earth, having it be in the center of our poster. And then around that collage, we will include some of those ideas that you may have learned from the story, or maybe you already know some. That would be great too. You can add those as well. Your ideas can be similar to mine, or they can be different. I have about 4. You can add more if you'd like. So we're making a poster with ideas for Earth Day, for taking care of the earth. We're using recycled materials for our art. We're going to use emphasis to put the emphasis on the earth for our poster. That is an element of art. And we're also going to be thinking about contrast. So we're going to be using different types of materials, maybe smooth or bumpy or shiny or more of a dull matte color. You're going to have lots of different collage materials that might have contrast to make your earth collage interesting. All right, let's talk about materials. So for collage, I'm going to show you some things that I used, but as always, you are just going to be able to use what you have at home. So I'm going to give you some ideas, but if you can think of something else that would work that I didn't talk about, please go ahead and experiment with that. Just make sure that if you're cutting or ripping or tearing a material that you want to use in your collage, that you have permission from your adult. Don't cut up anything that you haven't checked with. So for mine, I have some recycled tissue paper that I got in a gift. And so I've pulled some pieces from that. I thought that might work nicely for the water. I have some junk mail magazine from Costco, but if I flip through it, I can see, look, I have all kinds of different colors and textures in the pictures. That's kind of interesting to use for land. And then there's actually some water texture here. Maybe I could use a bit of that for the water in my earth. So you might find some junk mail that would work. I also have some magazines. Again, this is a National Geographic, but it doesn't have to be. Look at that interesting color of green that could be used for something. I'm looking for colors that I would use to design my earth with. So magazines are great. Here's something interesting I found. I was painting last night and I used a paper towel to kind of wipe and clean my brush, and I noticed there's some interesting marks here. So I might not use the white part, but I might choose to use a little bit of the area that's colored. I like this too because we were talking about contrast, and this is bumpy and a little wrinkled, and it would bring a very interesting contrast to maybe some of my smooth magazine pieces. That would be interesting next to each other. And then I have an old gift bag that was given to us with a little gift in it, but look at that. That could be used for sure. These are kind of fun. This is something you do not have to do, but if you have old artwork that you've kind kind of played around with, but you're not going to use anymore, you might consider cutting out pieces. These are old pieces of art that I did a long time ago. And I'm just using them to cut out the colors and the areas that I think can work for my design for the earth. That's an interesting option. Some light cardboard. This has some great green in it that might work. This kind of brown color could be useful also. So you can look and see if you have any light cardboard or things that maybe have been tossed in the garbage but that are clean. That would be a great recycled material. In addition to recycled materials, you might want to choose to pull up a picture of the earth just so that you can get some inspiration of what shapes to use and the colors to use in your work, in your design. You're also going to need some markers, a pencil, and some glue. And that is about it for materials. All right, so we're ready to move on to our process. The first thing you're going to want to do is find some sort of circle shape to trace. I just had this bucket in my room that I keep some of my materials in, and I just traced that circle right around that bucket and then put that away. So now I have a template to create my work in. From here, I'm going to start by designing the water. When I design the water first, I can lay all the water pieces down, and then I can decide where I want the land to go, and I can cover up some of those water pieces if I want to. You can choose to cut your pieces, or you can also experiment with tearing them. I kind of like the edge that it leaves. So I'm going to kind of keep to my circle the best I can. If it's not perfect, that is okay. Okay, so now you can see I've got all my blues down, my water pieces down. Then I might take a look at my picture. You can use your computer. You don't have to have it printed out. And I'm going to notice sort of where the land kind of starts. You can see it kind of starts at the top and then sort of thins out in the middle. And then again, we have this piece coming down towards the bottom of the earth. And so I'm going to sort of follow that, but if I don't get it exactly right, that's okay too. You can see I have a couple pieces here started. Okay, I'm going to jump now to one that I've already finished. We saw this one a little bit earlier, and you can see I have the water pieces and then my land coming through over top of them. The next step would be to start deciding what pieces of information are you going to add around your earth for your poster to communicate the ideas you'd like to share on how to take care of the earth. So you're going to make those decisions, and then you might make some more creative decisions using your markers. So I use markers to add these. I did actually use a pencil first, wrote the information down in pencil, and then I went back over things in markers. I have Sharpies, that's just what I have. You can certainly use any type of marker or a crayon or a colored pencil to add your information and designs and make some creative choices on how you want to emphasize those things. So we want to emphasize the earth. It's in the center of our poster. It's what our poster is about. And then we want to make sure that our information is clear as well. Great job. I look forward to seeing these. If you can, if you finish this project, if you would email me your design or a picture of your design, we have an opportunity that we might actually get some of our designs up on the Pullman School District website. So my email is psd267.org. Please make sure an adult is present. They know that you're doing this, or they can help you email it, or your parents can email it for you. I look forward to seeing everybody's work. Have a great day.